Top things you should consider if you're changing from a childminder to a nursery. Are you thinking of changing from a childminder to a nursery? Maybe you're already in the process and want some advice on doing so. Well, in this video, we'll go over some things that you should consider and you'll get some tips on how to make this transition successfully. But before we get into that, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel Open Nursery with myself, Kurt Diania, where I teach you to open, run and grow your own childcare business. On this channel, I post lots of videos all around the topic of childcare. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. If you're a childminder looking to expand and potentially open up your own nursery, then in addition to this video, the video that you can see on the screen now will help support you greatly. In that video, you will learn whether it's worthwhile switching over and learn all the steps that you need to complete in order to do so. You'll get a chance to watch that video after this one, as I'll put a link to it on the screen at the end. But in this video, we will go over some tips and advice that you'll find useful in order to make that transition from a childminders to a nursery successfully. The first thing you'll want to do is to plan the transition of your childminder children over to your nursery very carefully, especially if you plan to open your nursery in its own dedicated building. Parents as well as children may be feeling anxious about the move, which requires you to do a lot of foresight and planning to put them at ease and to manage the transition. You should try to involve both the parents and the children as much as possible in the process of you changing from a childminder to a nursery. Let them know your plans as early as possible. Invite them to the new building. Show them pictures as things develop and try to get them as excited as possible about the move. This will all help to ease any concerns that they may have. Some parents may be choosing you as a childminder over nurseries because of the homely feel that you create and because of the additional personal touch that you can offer. So you will need to reassure them that they will get the same level of care as they are used to. One thing you can do to make the moment even more special is to create memory boxes and keepsakes from your old building. This will not only make the move feel even more special, but will help to support the children in that transition. Having photo books that they can keep and talking about the move in places like your circle time and group times will also help. The second thing that you need to heavily consider is to think about your staffing. Now, you may not have hired staff before, and this could be the first time that you're working with other childcare workers. Even if you have worked with other childminders before, they may have been self-employed and not directly paid by you. Therefore, you need to get familiar with how to hire staff and ensure that you get the right staff to work with you. This involves registering as an employer, registering for PAYE, and enrolling on a pension scheme. You need to make sure you choose your staff carefully. You'll want to get staff that not only believe in and understand your vision and can help create the nursery that you want, but also get staff that you actually get on with. You don't have to be best friends with your staff, but you will want to ensure that you can actually work together. If you're bringing over staff from a childminder setting to work in your nursery, it is important that they feel supported in the process as well. They may need additional training like the level 2 childcare or level 3 childcare qualification. So discussing this through with your team and making them feel part of the changes that you will make will ensure that they feel confident enough to roll out this venture with you. The qualifications can take a long time to complete and can be difficult, so try to make sure that staff feel supported in undertaking it. You can do this by trying to start the qualification as early as possible and by giving them time outside of their working time to complete some of the work. The third thing you need to be considering is planning your finances. It naturally costs more to set up a nursery than it does to set up a childminders. You may need more equipment, you will need to factor in staff costs, as well as potentially building costs like rent and renovations. These costs can quickly get out of hand if you don't plan. Opening a nursery doesn't have to be too expensive, but it can be if you don't budget properly. I've done a video about the cost that you can expect to open a nursery, as well as a video explaining how you can save loads opening as well. So do check them out if you want support with this. But the biggest takeaway I want to give you with regards to your budget is that you can save lots by planning your finances and by being creative. Another important thing that you should be doing is to visit other nurseries. You can get lots of different ideas for your nursery by visiting a variety of nurseries in your area. Running a childminder is different to running a nursery. So by visiting a few, you can see how nurseries are run, see what resources they generally have, see which nurseries are full and why, see how much they charge, and just learn more about them. You can share your plans with some of the settings that you visit and get advice and tips from them, which you can bring back to your own nursery and use it to create and adapt to your vision. So my biggest advice with setting up, if this is really your dream and it's something you really want to do, is to never give up. When I first opened my nursery, it took me over a year longer than I had planned to, but I kept on persevering and I got there in the end. It may not be easy, but it is worth it. It always made me so proud to see not only the children, but also the staff and families flourishing and benefiting from what was once just an idea in my head. You can get that feeling too. Just firstly, make sure you get started, and secondly, when things potentially get a bit difficult, don't give up. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want more information about growing from a childminders to a nursery, then check out the video that's on the screen now. It will teach you the process of doing so and whether it's actually worth it. So check it out. I'll see you over there. God bless.